All right.
Yay!
Yay! Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Jeannie and Xander. Hey, sweethearts.
Yay, friends. How exciting.
How exciting. So, Jeannie, thanks for the openness and it's just here to connect so spontaneously and freely.
Yeah.
And I'm simply curious to exchange some stories. And yeah, in a way, I saw you in the
Oh, yeah.
the one Indian guy did. And I just listened to you and was like, oh, how cool is this? Let's go. And Hadar,
Yeah.
friend Hadar, she said, Rosie, look. And I was like, oh, let me check, let me check. And then I got on the interview since I also have now 1 week holiday. So more
Awesome.
time. And here it's in a way, it seems as if my highest excitement is simply this stupid impulsive connecting and
Mm-hmm.
blabbering and also sharing, like, not keeping it for us. Like
Yeah.
earlier, I would love
Mhm.
to, I would contact you and we would chat and that's it. And now this is just like sharing
Yeah.
for no
It
reason.
is, and it's love. It's just a soup of love.
Whatever this is, girl, and I love your
Yeah.
style, your cowgirl style, or what is this? I love it.
That's
I'm
awesome.
I'm intrigued by the hat. Is it the hat, right?
It is, and
Tell
it's
me.
got a bunch of random ass feathers that I found on the ground. Yeah.
Oh.
That are all fucked up.
I,
Um,
I used to have a cowboy hat, like a
oh, cool.
cowgirl, in the city, in midst of the city, going to very, very ordinary. It was in a way, I don't know, 20 years ago, quite boomy, but okay, this was what happened here.
I love it. Yay. Yeah, I wear this almost every day in the story, and it's funny because this is the third one apparently. One of them flew off and on the highway and in my topless Jeep Wrangler and just flew
Yeah.
away. And then I ordered another one, and a good friend was like, "I'm obsessed with that hat. Can I have it?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine." And then I bought another one, and I'm like, "I'm keeping this one." I'm like,
Ginny,
"Give."
here with my head, I was always, when I was younger with my parents, they were traveling. So from
Mm-hmm.
Germany to Belgium and blah. And I was with them. And then we were I love this Western style. And we went
Mm-hmm.
into a shop and they had those beautiful, I don't know how it's called, like exactly like the cowgirls and cowboys. And I
Cool.
loved it. I also had this Marlboro poster in my
Oh,
room
I
with the
love that. Yeah,
cowboys with the horses.
that's
Crazy. Like
sexy.
now it's popping up. And then my mommy said, come on,
Mhm.
Rosie, I'll take one head. I will buy this for you. And I was like, wow, they're
Oh.
so expensive. Stetson. I don't know if you know them. They're so
Hmm.
expensive, but yeah, and I
Wow.
grabbed one and
How
and I was
cool.
just like falling in love. And then there was a beach. It was in Belgium, Knokke called. It's a
Uh-huh.
picturesque city there. Unbelievable. Like wow, like oh my gosh. And then we went to the beach
Hmm.
and then it was like, oh, what the
Oh,
hell?
it flew away.
Yeah. And then
It
I
disappeared.
simply I simply did a thing like to fix it with
Hmm.
you know,
Good
just
idea. Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
is a good
yeah, yeah,
idea.
yeah. Because otherwise it's flowing away. And then it's here
Yeah.
on yeah, and
Yay, how cute.
the one I lost on a party where I was going seldom, but I went on parties, and I
Hmm.
guess someone loved it because it was like outstanding to go there as a teenager with a hat. And I guess
Yeah.
someone just, I don't know, and I was like, where is my hat? So I had to buy a new one.
Oh, it was too cool. It had to be stolen.
Yeah, it was too cool. Okay,
That's
sweetheart.
awesome.
So, blah,
Yay.
blah, blah. Feel free, please, to share your beautiful story. Yeah, no matter how, it's up to
Okay.
you. I love it long or short. Let's see. Let's see.
Okay, cool. Yay. It is fun to look at the story, especially when it's not real or it's not, it's playful. Um, yeah, and it's funny, I was asked about Ginny the other day, and I forgot a lot of it, and then remembered it, and it was like, oh my God, these are fun little stories. But yeah, Ginny was a total rebel, broke all the rules, made her own rules. So probably anarchy from childhood or something. um yeah, like even in school, I couldn't take it seriously. I just thought everything was just a joke. I was like this. So there was already a questioning, like, this can't be real. This is total bullshit. I called it his story. I'm like, I'm not going to memorize his story. I'm like, so,
Wait a sec.
yeah.
Where is it playing out? The country, the city? Maybe you can share. Where are you, or where was it?
Oh, I live in Asheville, North Carolina now.
Okay.
But yeah, grew up, Savannah, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. So southeast
Okay.
US.
Asheville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close to Leah, right? Leah's living in Asheville.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm not.
cool. I don't think we've met.
Well,
But Trey lives here. I don't know if you know Trey, and
it's like a spiritual community, right?
it is. Jim Newman lives here. Yeah.
Ah, this Asheville.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. He lives like an hour away or less than an hour.
Your
Yeah.
neighbor. It's your neighbor. Cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been to a few of his meetings. He meets once a month here.
Okay. Okay. Back to
Yeah.
the story with the school, with the rebel.
Mm.
Why did
Oh,
you
yeah.
say his story? His story. What do you mean with
Well,
this?
okay, like the word history,
Ah,
that's not
history.
real. It's not real because it didn't happen, like a past that didn't happen or whatever. It's like his story. So like stories made up, like fictional stories that I didn't want to waste my time with, kind of thing. It was just very rebellious. And like I remember there was an abusive stepdad too that my mom had married, and so that just made it even more,
Yeah.
it seemed to be just kind of breaking rules. And I remember telling my mom, I was like, if you want me to stay in high school, you need to greet me at the door with a pack of cigarettes and a 40 ounce of beer. Like,
Oh,
that's
girl.
how crazy it was. Yeah. So
Wow.
anyway, so somehow made it through all that, and then kind of had a nomadic period where
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was.
sweetheart. This was
Mhm.
beautiful how you just expressed it. Somehow I made it through, or however,
Oh
it
yeah.
only came somehow. I said I have no fucking clue how
It's
this year
oh
survived,
yeah,
you know?
total
And this
magic
is
trick.
exactly totally, yeah.
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 Yeah. I remember running away to my friend's house, who her dad didn't know I lived in the basement for a while, and she would sneak food down to me or whatever, and then I'd ride the bus with her in the morning. So anyway, kind of a wild childhood kind of thing. My dad lived in Costa Rica, so we had a long distance relationship. Um, and then let's see.
Did you how was the connection with your mom? So your dad,
We
they're
were really
split.
close. We were really close, and I felt like I needed to stay with her so she didn't get murdered by the stepdad or something. Because my dad in
Oh
Costa
my gosh.
Rica tried to get me to move there, and I was like, no, I got to stay here and protect her. Anyway, it was crazy.
Wow, crazy,
After,
crazy.
yeah, after
So
high
so
school,
you was in a way you were in a way the protector of your mommy.
yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah, I felt that way. She was really spiritual healer, so I witnessed lots of miracles. My dad was an existentialist who was always trying to solve the infinite riddle, so there was already a lot of intellectual
Yeah,
deep diving happening young. And
yeah.
then rebelling against society. I just didn't want to give a shit about anything. So after high school, was barefoot and lived in abandoned houses and on the beach and on rooftops and
Wow,
whatever, in a car. I just didn't want to have anything to do with any of it.
wow.
Which was just, it's so funny. No one doing it, no choice. Um, and let's see. Yeah, and then art, definitely artist. Ginny character as an artist. So eventually went to college for art and then taught painting, did art shows, and then 9 years of fashion photography, and that was pretty fun. That was fun, and I put on the whole show, and it was like really extravagant too. Like I would have these crazy ideas and execute them. I'd be like, okay, we need to drive 2 hours to get this exotic bird, and then we're going to climb this mountain, all of us with the whole team. And it was hilarious, and it was a party, and everyone loved it, and there'd be music playing, and yeah, all sorts of fun stories.
Beautiful. I love the pictures when I go on your channel, on your YouTube channel. I can
Oh
see
yeah.
the beautiful fashion pictures. Like it, I directly loved it. I simply saw the art. Like it's beautiful. Like
Oh,
the
cool.
shape.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I loved.
Mm.
I used to. My mother was into fashion, just
Mm-hmm.
fun, and her mother was a designer in a way. And
Oh, cool.
but not like haute couture, but for the people there, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a design, and she had a
Mm-hmm.
taste, and I was like, I loved it. It was art, and she had always the Vogue at home. So I was
Mm-hmm.
the whole time with the Vogue, with Mickey Mouse and the Vogue.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
So
it.
I sensed a little bit there on the channel.
Yeah. It's so funny because that was, as everything spontaneous and unintentional, that the videos were uploading blank, like a white screen. So without a thumbnail, it was just going to be white. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll use these pictures. But yeah, that was fun. When there was, after the glimpse, I kind of lost interest in the
What kind of glimpse?
there in 2018 there was a spontaneous glimpse without like hardcore seeking or anything. It was just all of a sudden no one there, and just infinite, and no one.
You had no clue about non-duality or
No,
nothing like this.
no,
Okay.
I was already spiritual at that point. I was already seeing synchronicities and kind of studying a little bit of metaphysics, and was getting healing certifications, stuff like that. But nothing too, hardcore. It wasn't like I was trying to be enlightened or anything, or was like, I was just open and curious. And
Mm.
there were a few things that happened that kind of gave me chills down the spine, that it seems like something was hearing it energetically, or resonating. And then there was this unusual just explosion happening, and then shifted everything, changed everything, and never can't be unseen.
So it was very abrupt, very, very sudden, like
Yeah. And I've never heard it like this either before. It was pretty extreme. It was like a I had no clue what had happened. I Google searched it. I was like, what the hell's going on with me? I couldn't even have a fear. I couldn't, everything was ethereal. It was so obvious the past had never happened. It was just a beautiful love story. And it was just shimmering, and everything was shimmering, and there was no separation, and there was just total freedom and no self-consciousness, no filter. The character was buck wild, even wilder than before,
yeah,
like this.
why do you put the word love story in this? Because the channel, this also, I love the
Yeah.
way the love story.
Yeah.
Why? Explain a little bit more.
Um, I think maybe because the character or something is very sensual and romantic or something. And so when this shift, this energetic shift appeared to happen, it felt like making love to everything. It felt like the beloved, everything is the lover, everything's that's appearing is the lover. And the whole seeking story, where the seeker is the sought, and it's like the Ouroboros that's eating itself. It's just, the seeking is what you're longing for, everything is what you're longing for, so everything is everything, like making love to its non-self. So, and there's no one doing it, there's no one there, so it's for no one and no reason and no purpose. So So it's just like a love story for no one.
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
looking
Beautiful.
for its non-self for no reason, and
Beautiful.
or yeah.
I,
And I
I,
love
I
being
resonate. I resonate with this love story.
mm-hmm,
Totally. For me, it's very intimate, very intense, and
mm-hmm.
um, like melting.
Yes.
And yeah,
Melting, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
What happened after this glimpse? Like, because it was so shocking in a
So
way.
abrupt. Oh yeah, it was so abrupt. It was an upheaval. It was just wild. And uh let's see. Um when it happened, when the glimpse happened, I was in my best friend's car. We were running errands with the kids in the back of the van. And so it was totally spontaneous. Nothing led to this. It was so obvious there's no cause and effect. Nothing caused this. It's just like the stomach growling or a yawn. It just happens. Um, and I even looked up what had happened, and it said spontaneous enlightenment. And I was like, why? Why did that happen? And it was just, and then the character was just wild. You know, there was an upheaval of with the family. There was like, um, loss of friends. There was all sorts of shit. It was just like a tower moment. It was like, uh, Kali. It was like Kali. And it was very intense. And I'm, that is unusual from what I hear. I've never heard it this crazy. But there was ecstasy being felt. And what was funny about that is there must have still been a residual resistance in there because there was a clinging on to the ecstasy or preferring it or something. So when it was feeling normal again, you could
When
say,
was it? After how many?
it was 4 months of ecstasy, 4 months of
Whoa.
yeah. But I mean, I guess it wasn't always like super intense, but it
Yeah,
was
more or
you
less.
could.
Yeah, yeah.
But the contrast from what it appeared to be before
Mm.
was what made it so intense. You know, it was
Yeah,
just like
yeah, yeah.
um and so then there was a desperation to get that ecstasy back, and that's when the later on in the story, the gradual death, it was revealed that it was the resistance to what is where the pretend hide and seek game is happening. So resisting not having the ecstasy and saying that's not it, this
Mm.
isn't it, but that's it, and
Yeah,
objectifies it and puts it out in the future that doesn't
yeah.
exist. um it was really cool to see that.
Mm.
And then it was the recognition later on in the story that it is everything, literally everything. So that's like the relative seeing itself as the absolute, which collapses all polarity and collapses all resistance, and there's nothing, everything's free to just be, to just be.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so that seeking was when the non-duality stuff started happening. So that's when I was like studying Advaita and hardcore practices and self-inquiry, all that stuff, and then different
Okay.
philosophies and quantum physics and all the
Was it
rabbit
also
holes.
like did you enjoy it also in a way? Or
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I was geeking out on it. But it was also like an intense pining, like a pine, like you're so in love with something that you can't
yeah,
live without it or something. It was pretty
yeah.
intense. So
But it was
even
the whole time there was this like, well, there I I want to get it back, what I
mhm.
experienced there. So this is like
Yeah.
this is yeah, always like this is not it. And how
Yeah.
when did it drop in a way? Can you?
Um, I don't remember the exact time, but I'll say that there was an exhaustion from the self-inquiry and something was missing with the Advaita. I was like, I resonate with the you don't exist and all of this stuff, but how can there be a practice? How can there be some way to become that? Like something's off. And that was when Tony Parsons showed up in my YouTube feed or my YouTube. Yeah. And then that was it. And then that appeared to be the gradual death where it was not as intense, was not, but it was just the unraveling and the opening and the dying and the story that wasn't real, and just the obviousness that there never was a me and there never was an individual. It was just a story. And then it just everything just melted, like you said, just melted, and it was done. It was done. Already done though. Already this.
Yeah, beautiful,
And
beautiful.
so simple too. It's not something fancy. It's not four guys in India sitting on a throne. It's yawning. It's riding a bike. It's talking to your friend about what happened yesterday. It's everything.
It's everything.
It's just so
fucking
beautiful.
Ordinary.
It is. It's throwing up in the gas station bathroom. It's like shit that,
Bon appetit, chérie.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, totally, girl. I mean, what the heck are we talking about here?
I know. It's too easy. It's too easy. Too obvious. It's beautiful. Hiding in plain sight by being everything. It's just amazing.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you started sharing.
Yeah, I was talking about it a lot in person or with one-on-one, and then just spontaneously the YouTube started, and that wasn't even that long ago. Yeah.
Beautiful. Nice.
Yeah, and then there's just talking about it all day now. Apparently. It's so funny because it was like it appeared to be, it was triggering people that I was talking to at first. And then I was like, damn it, who can I talk about this to? And now I get to do it all day. It's so fun.
So you're doing this now all day, like also posting your videos and doing Zoom meetings and
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one-on-ones and phone calls, and it's
also
beautiful.
Also in person?
Yeah, there's been one-on-one in person. I haven't done a live one with a group yet, but I'm super excited when there's a thought of that. It seems like that would be amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah. Nice.
What about you guys? Do you do live meetings?
Sweetheart, do we do live meetings?
Well, I don't know, maybe. Yeah. I mean, not, yeah. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
I mean, there's not so much interest, to be honest.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Why not, sweetheart? Why? Let's be honest. Come on.
Well, there's no interest. That's it.
Yeah.
What
That's awesome.
Want to hear more? Yeah. I mean, anything can happen, but of course, there has been, one-on-one talks with people, which you spontaneously meet, but there's no interest to go somewhere and to sit in front of a bunch of people and say it's just this. That's it. The lack of interest is already just simply what it is.
Yeah.
And this can just shift from having an idea to do a one-on-one or a live meeting, of course. As far as it seems, there's not a great excitement to do these types of live sessions. To say.
Here it's the same. Here it feels the same. Now here with Zander is in Sweden with his wife.
Okay.
I'm here in Germany. So this idea is not arising in a way, and we never
with his wife.
It's
funny that you say it. It's funny that you say in Sweden with his wife.
Yeah, and with your doggies. Here's in the wilderness of Sweden.
This is beautiful.
That's amazing. Imagine there in the winter time, there is so much snow that there's the whole time just shoveling snow and shoveling dog shit.
Oh, that's amazing. I was curious about that because I love your videos when it looks like you're in a tractor or something, or like some
It's a
heavy
car,
machine. What is it?
a little car.
Oh,
No,
cool.
It's
no.
like a Jeep.
Nice. How fun. Oh my God. I've always wanted to go there. In the story, my great grandfather's from Sweden, so I've
Oh, you
always
look
been
Swedish.
curious.
Yeah,
I know.
you look
Yeah,
Swedish. Yeah, you
I have the green eyes that he had, the Swedish.
Ah.
Yeah, that's so
But
fun.
Xander Lynchen is a Dutch guy. Let's put it
Okay.
clear here.
You're an imposter. That's awesome.
well, a Dutch guy. I wouldn't say I'm a Dutch guy.
No, you are not? Tell me.
No, I mean, there's no one being any type of guy
Yeah.
or whatever, you know. I mean, it's just
I know what you mean, sweetheart. I know. I'm in a
so
way half.
it was never felt either, you know,
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
be
know.
like a Dutch guy.
I
I don't
know.
even know how it feels to be a person or a man. Let's say alone a Dutch
Yeah.
guy or a Swedish guy. This was
Yeah,
never happening anyway. So
yeah,
Yeah,
there was never
for
a
sure.
sense of being any type of nationality or
Yeah,
any gender, so to say, or
for sure.
non-gender.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Just fairy tales.
yeah, it's funny when you say like, you know, I mean, it's all just words, but when you say in the story, how do you mean?
It was just clear. So there was just a recognition, just an obviousness that this is timeless, no time, there's no past. And all of it was just an idea. There was just grabbing hold of this, which just this is just everything that's
Yeah,
immediate appearing to happen. And then it was holding on to this with resistance, which was like the pretend veil of this is real, this is really happening to me. And then piecing it together in the film strip of the movie called My Life that didn't happen. And
yeah.
so yeah, just like this, like the body just appeared. It just appeared. It it wasn't, didn't happen before. It was never born. It never had a life. It's just this. Yeah. So the story, uh, which is so fun to talk about because it's just magic, because it's just infinite potential rising as new information, you know?
Because in a way, it's all a story. I mean,
It is all a story. It's the
there's nothing
relative.
else. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah,
nothing
and there's
else.
nothing else to talk about. Yeah, it's all talk. It's all story talk,
It's all
which is
story. Yeah,
beautiful.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Some may seem to get the idea, you know, maybe people listening, well, you know, oh, I'm still in the story. It's time to get out of the story, which is just basically, you know, another story. You know,
Yeah.
we have seen many people listening to these talks and then having the sense, well, when do I leave the story?
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Ginny beautifully described,
you
the
cannot leave the
before and
story, yes.
after, and there is of
Yeah.
course the idea. Oh, okay, okay,
Hmm.
okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is every story
Yes,
immediately.
immediately, exactly. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and so intimate too.
It's
It's
too
amazing.
intimate. It's
Mm-hmm.
not intimate. It's, you know, intimate doesn't even
Describe, yeah.
describe it, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
intimate gives the sense that there is something, you know, which
Mm-hmm.
you can be intimate with.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's,
Beautiful. I love it. I love
yeah,
it.
Mm-hmm.
it's the same with direct, you know, it doesn't really, I mean, words are always quite dualistic in nature, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
or the
quite,
relative.
not quite, but they are.
Mm.
Yeah. They are, because they're it's the infinite, or the absolute appearing as relative. So the wordless appearing as word. And so
Yes.
there's only, yeah, it's like the mirror of opposite in a way, like the formless. sensing or making love to its non-self through the mirror of form.
Ginny, I love this expression, making love, because it feels here so like white blown open.
Yeah.
So no protection, anything, like
I know.
everything can pop up, everything. No fucking clue. And this is so intensive. It's so intensive. It's like really like a small child.
Yeah.
And this can cry, this can be happy, this can be boomy, this can be sad, lazy, everything. And this is so, so intensive. And this is like you say, this is just making love, you know, it's just so, so
yeah.
Exactly this expression. But in a way, maybe because I'm also conditioned more romantic. Maybe this is the romantic part in this, I don't know. But I love this expression in a way, you know?
Yay. And there can be that in loveness, that feeling of just even looking at your bedside table. It's just totally being in love. It's like this is, and it can feel overwhelming sometimes, or it can be very subtle. And sometimes so intense where it's like ecstasy, where it's like, oh my God, it's everything. Yeah. It's
overwhelming.
Yeah.
And how is it with spirituality? You were telling your mother was spiritual, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, she
what were you gonna say? Play out?
Yeah, so she actually found, or she she was in ecstasy through Jesus. So I remember walking down the hall when I was little, and she was in her room with her hands up in the air, just like bawling and like in total ecstasy, and was like dancing. So with this, it was more of a spiritual, like metaphysical spirit. It wasn't like a religion. It was curious. It was just studying all different philosophies like Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. Kind of resonated with those a little more than Christianity. Is beautiful, and I can see the messages in there. It's kind of encrypted like a riddle, where it's very obscure or abstract. But the spiritual part seemed to kind of dissolve, melt, just like everything. All beliefs, all concepts were destroyed in the dumpster fire. So everything is just seen as like a beautiful, fun fairy tale, like made up story of infinite potential information that can be anything, that can pretend to shapeshift as anything. And I see it as very playful and all just for fun. So no like taking anything serious or like a ritual or anything. I used to do rituals and weird stuff that I thought was doing something, but then I could see that I never did anything. I never manifested anything. All of that was just
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, here's also this like this full onness, and at the same time it's quite empty.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know how to express it differently, and it's such a joy. Even if a crying is happening, sadness is coming up, or whatever emotion, it's just like so full on, and like you said, in loveness. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. It's amazing.
Amazing. There is simply no difference in whatever is it's coming up. It's booming. And
it is.
at the same time, it's very ordinary. It's very ordinary. It's yeah. It's everything.
It is. Everything, yeah. Cooking dinner, washing dishes, order like everything.
And I'm totally in love with the very ordinary stuff. The very normal, ordinary stuff going on, like conversation with people with their ideas and stories, and wow, it's so cool. It's
It
so
is.
cool. And then booming back, no fucking clue what's coming here, and they're laughing and telling me I'm crazy. All those like it's such a beautiful, it's such a joyful, beautiful game, and yeah, about the seriousness. Um, well, this can be quite serious in a moment in the office maybe, or when something is coming and then it's boom, poof,
Yeah, it's so cool.
gone.
It's just like a
Yeah,
child, just like a
yeah,
child throwing a tantrum or whatever, and then it's done, and then it didn't
yeah,
happen, so there's no holding on to it. It's just
yeah.
it's
And
amazing. It's
and
just
some
free.
and some things are more kind of, we can say, more conditioned, more deeply
Hmm.
conditioned, so they pop up more often when there is
Yeah.
this openness totally to not. This is simply very naturally that this stuff is coming on your plate on and
Hmm.
on and on and on again. And this is just like, wow, okay,
Yeah. And it's
Oh,
new. It's new. And
yeah,
also it's impersonal. It's impersonal. It's just and it's so funny. Yeah. Like um the other day there was like in the for example in the morning there was drinking tea in ecstasy and it was like overwhelming. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And then there was going on a jog and then all of a sudden crying. And it's like no reason. It just came out of nowhere. Oh, and like no there was a thought about something. I can't remember what it was. But it had nothing to do with the thought because the thought is singular and is everything, and the
mm,
emotion is
mm,
singular, is
mm,
everything. So no cause and effect.
yeah,
And then it felt, it maybe happened for a couple hours of some kind of grief or something. And then there was this in loveness with it, almost like
beautiful,
turned on by it. Like it
beautiful.
was sexy and it was free to just be. And then disappeared and then back to skipping, literally skipping down the street and you know
Yeah, beautiful.
in love with the tree or whatever. Just it's so funny. Yeah, it is like a child.
Yeah, totally
Hmm.
beautiful. Yeah, exactly like you told this now. I watched some videos like where you are beautifully expressing it. There is no cause and effect. There
Hmm.
is just okay. Wow.
That is so much freedom right there, just with that. Oh my God. I mean, no
No,
circumstance, no,
no
yeah, no
next, no
consequence, no.
past, just
Mm-mm.
this. Okay, whatever this is. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And that destroys meaning too. I mean, nothing makes sense after that. It's like nothing makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would
But
say
Yeah.
there's nothing else causing this, you know?
Hmm.
There's nothing separated which is the cause of this. The idea
Yeah.
that something separate is causing this has already no cause. It's just simply what it is for.
Hmm. Yeah. You'd have to get outside of what is to have a cause. Yeah.
Exactly. There's nothing
Hmm.
outside or inside this or behind this which is causing this
Yeah.
as something else.
Hmm.
There is simply just the directness of what is. You know, the cause and you know that which is causing this, so to say, and this itself are not separate. There's just nothing else to be found, and not even this. You cannot find this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it doesn't exist. It's not real. It's not happening. And there's no time for the past to have happened to cause something in a future or a, yeah. And each word is just disappearing. It's just empty.
mm,
Yes.
It's a total freedom. So fucking free that just so free that it's nothing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
It's too free to be free.
Yeah.
Mm.
it's
Exactly.
free. the freedom beyond the concept of the freedom, the idea of
Yeah.
freedom. It's simply
Yeah.
beyond the ideas. There is no thinking in it. It's just blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. It's really beyond understanding, no thinking, naturally, very ordinary playing out. Always, like
Totally.
always, like always. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
special, nothing
Yeah.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
I would say extraordinary it is at the same time. It's special, it's everything, it's nothing, not even
Mm-hmm.
it is.
Yeah. And it's singing and everything. Like even saying I'm eating a hot dog is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
Funny with a hot dog. I saw it on your picture.
I know. I don't know what the deal is with hot dogs. I
I
don't
loved it. I was like, is it a hot dog? Oh, cool.
I did a whole photo shoot with 600 hot dogs or something. Not that many. I'm over exaggerating, but the police came and they were like, "Ma'am, what are you doing?" I had all these hot dogs piled up in the parking lot with pigeons eating it, and I was capturing the most beautiful art because it looked so fucking cool. And they were like, they had the lights shining on it. It was hilarious to explain what I was doing to the
Beautiful.
cops. Yeah.
Beautiful. I was also making picture on the street. It was a puddle. It was raining. It was booming
Uh-huh.
weather, sun, and it started to rain. And then I was going to the next puddle and making enthusiastically picture.
Yay, I love
And
that.
behind me, a man, excuse me, may I ask what you're doing there? I was like,
That's
well,
awesome. I love it. I
in the
love it.
conversation with this guy, he was in a wheelchair. We are still in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this was absolutely stunning.
How
Yeah, I can.
cool.
It was amazing. It was in a way in this directness. I mean, of course, who else can ask you this? Um, this must be someone who, in a way, sees beyond the. Who is going to ask you here? What are you doing
Mm-hmm.
there in front of the
Yeah.
puddle with your handy? And I just turned and he
Yeah.
was watching. I saw his eyes. He saw my eyes, and it was just like boom. Okay, same
Yay!
frequency. No word to say. He was like, wow. It was so
Exactly.
crazy. It was so
It is
crazy.
a
I was like,
frequency.
wow. Yeah.
I love it.
Like
Yay.
how life dances perfectly. I love the word perfection.
Yeah,
Of
me
course,
too.
this implies the imperfection. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, there is just this beautiful dance, mm, without any error.
Yes. Total perfection. Yeah.
Very simple. Very
It
simple.
is. It is like
Very
a dance. I
simple.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can
Mm.
appear so choreographed, but there was no choreography. It's just chaos appearing
And
beautifully
I
ordered.
think art, everything like Xander, you mentioned the last
Yeah.
in the last, like everything is art. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
always fascinated, like also having very intellectual parents,
Mm-hmm.
but also my mother totally open for art and also spirituality. And
Mm-hmm.
I simply was always this was my language,
Mm-hmm.
watching art, like without I never went to read what the art is about. I was just standing there consuming, you can say consuming the art, but and then the whole thing melted. There was no me and the art. It was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, my
Just immediate
world. And
art.
yeah, in a way, when I
Yeah.
look back, it was a lot with art and in every variation or yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. Me too. Still obsessed with art and
Yeah, nice.
music and just all of it. Yeah.
You're also doing music?
I'm not making any, but sometimes there's a fantasy of that. Who knows if that'll happen?
What kind
But
of? What kind of?
oh, just so many genres. But um, right now, favorite one of my favorites is Nicola Cruz, who's a DJ from Ecuador. Absolutely beautiful. I love the really sensual,
Please share
sexy,
with me,
sexy
okay?
music. Sure. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
And
And
then
I
I
will
just
share with you my dancing song on
please
which I'm
do.
dancing the whole like crazy. Now I know it's from one Ida, a friend of mine, shared with me this song. I'm like a crazy chick every evening putting this on and dancing here in front of the mirror.
I do too. I have an ecstatic dance almost every day. Yeah, totally. Totally. And
Yeah.
there's ecstatic dances in town like every day here because it's
Wow.
such a spiritual town. So sometimes I'll go to the group one, which is fun.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Wasn't Osho doing those types of dances, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Like the snake arms and the
Yeah.
sensual kind of belly dancing looking. Yeah, it's so fun. Because
Cool.
it's so spontaneous. It's so because everything already is improv and spontaneous, and it's just that primordial expression of
It's
that.
like we said, it's the dance, live
Yeah,
dancing. And when this is like with the music, with the rhythm, even without music, this just it feels so
yeah,
so
it is. Yeah,
natural to
yeah,
move.
the eternal dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Beautiful.
love that. I love it.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Infinite dance. That's just the dance. No
It
dancers
is. You're
already.
right. No dancer.
But let me say this here. Um, Even if there is the idea that there is a dancer,
Just
full
the
on,
dance.
here
Hmm.
the dancer and the dance, like me and my life. This is so beautiful, taking
Hmm.
everything personal. In this full on personal, it's already booming freedom.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And this is exactly like full on feeling maybe as a complete error. Split
Hmm.
it. So I don't know how to put it, like completely like lost, trapped, whatever, like a mess, like every
Exactly. Yeah.
in this very situation, idea, feeling, emotion. This is it already. This
Yeah.
is it.
And how
And
sexy and passionate is that too? It's so, yeah.
totally,
It's
totally. And
already
you cannot,
impersonal, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
and you cannot explain it. But
Yeah.
but it's so obvious. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
Um, and here is in a way the when I'm speaking about this and sharing with friends, it's always in a way the 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 booming out of yeah. What a
Hmm.
beauty, what a beauty. And
Hmm.
yeah. And then having
Yeah.
having the beautiful idea that this is not it. It must be different, like the
Hmm.
people are telling.
Hmm.
And it must be booming and
Hmm.
joyful and powerful and energetic. And having
Hmm.
these ideas, yeah, and this is also perfection, just having these
It is
ideas.
perfection.
Of course.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I see the resistance as existence because that's the perfect way for the formless infinite that's singular that doesn't exist to pretend to exist is through resistance. Otherwise it wouldn't have appeared real, which is absolutely stunning and beautiful, like the love story, and even like in the cinema, the tragedy or the suffering, it's like um it's all a love story, and it's
Absolutely.
all freedom arising as suffering as
Suffering, yes.
duality. Hmm.
Beautiful. Wow. Wow.
I know I have tingles all over the body, tingling. And it's so funny because it gets so excited that it feels like I could disappear or something or implode. I don't know.
I know what you mean. I know what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
Sometimes I have to like run a mile or so if it's like super exciting, it's like
Yeah.
it's so
Cool.
funny.
Cool.
Obviously not always that intense. It's
Yeah.
just everything. It's yeah.
I mean, you see
It's
the perfection that it's not the whole time that intense because the body is
yeah.
not capable. It's not.
No way. No, you can't have
No.
an orgasm all day. You're there's washing dishes and feeling completely normal, and there's watching a movie and getting lost in the movie. There's everything. It's just not, yeah,
And
not one. consistent.
and again, it is so beautiful, ordinary.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this, yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
And there is maybe just not so many thoughts anymore running the show. And even if the situation gets tricky, it's just like boom, gone.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
is fading away, or just no interest in the story. And nothing wrong with the story. This can be a beautiful story, maybe also sharing with a friend and complaining. Why not? What a beauty.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no resistance to it. So then the thoughts arising aren't, you know, being listened to in a way. They're free to be there impersonally and not attached to. So it's just, yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, like that saying, what you resist persists. It's just that's the getting thrown out of the Garden of Eden is the resistance. It's like saying, this isn't it. But then when there's the recognition, that is it. That's what I
That's
long
it.
for.
Yes, I would say
Yeah,
that's it. This is
yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah, everything's paradise. Even stepping in dog shit, all of it is just
Oh yeah.
paradise.
There's nothing but paradise.
Yeah, this is heaven.
Yes, it's heaven, totally, yes.
Yay.
I mean,
So fun.
how you know how one was saying it was some spiritual teacher, but I liked it. So how do you know you're not already in heaven making a mess out of it? You know?
I love it. I love it.
I mean,
That is so great.
that's just paradise, you know, shit is stepping in dog shit,
Yeah.
cancer, it's all paradise. I mean, it's hard to swallow. Well, that's it too.
Yeah. That's it too. Exactly. It's amazing.
That's this is it.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
No.
That's the beauty. This
Or
exactly this part, this inescapable part, this part of being completely lost, trapped, fucked. Exactly
Yeah.
this part. This
Yeah.
is the magic. This is the wow.
Totally.
How is this possible? In a way, impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible.
it's possible, but yeah, at the same time, it seems possible.
And this in a way, when this was your scene, well, Rosa, it's hopeless. Forget it. Forget it. You're fucked. Forget it. And
Yeah.
then it was in a way this cracking open. Okay. And then the resistance kind of could not be held anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just nothing wrong with the resistance, is it too? Of course it is. But
Yeah.
there was no problem with anything anymore. The resistance. So
That's
what?
it. That's
Resistance.
it. Yeah.
And
That's it. It's yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a energetic fuck it
Yeah,
that just
exactly.
spontaneously
Exactly.
happens, and it's
Exactly.
just
Totally.
what they say surrender, but there's no choice whether
Yeah.
to do it or not. It just spontaneously happens. And then there's that seeing, that recognizing that even the me is it, even the individual, the separation, the dream, the illusion is it.
Yeah.
Everything is fucking it. So then there's no more resistance, and that's the
Exactly.
slingshot. It's like boom, hits the mark.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you said, this energy was here also. Fuck it. Who cares? I don't
Yeah.
like hanging still on the last carrot, whatever
Yeah.
idea this is. And then you simply say, you know what? Who cares?
Who cares?
Fuck it. I
Who
don't
cares if
care.
there's a me there or not? Yeah, who cares?
Totally. And then everything is like, okay, so what?
Free.
Kill me, no matter what's
Yeah.
coming. And this is in a way the thing when you are done, when you
Mm-hmm.
have no, you're not anymore interested in bullshitting yourself. Let's put it like
Yeah.
this. Or
Mm-hmm.
because it's there is no you and another who is bullshitting you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. And
Yeah,
this
I
is so
love that.
magical and this is childlike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And
Innocent.
just like the kids on the playground, why are you playing? I don't know. No
Yeah.
reason. Just for
Yeah.
fun. It's just for fun. All of
Totally.
it.
Just for fun. Exactly. Exactly. Mm. Oh, beautiful. Sweethearts. I would say thank you so much for
Thank
this
you.
beautiful chat here.
Oh my gosh,
And
so amazing. It's so fun to
yeah,
hang with y'all.
it's
Yeah,
so beautiful. It's always like, oh my gosh, so cool. And
it is.
yeah, Ginny, I would say enjoy the show if you can. Whatever is
Yeah.
popping up there, like creativity and whatever live Zoom, not Zoom, but live meetings and Zoom. And where can people get the information? On your YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, on the under the description, I have my website. My website's
A love
LoveStoryForNoOne.com.
story for no one. Cool.
Yeah.
And YouTube
Yeah.
channel is also a love story for no one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then also Instagram,
I don't have Instagram, but I do have a Facebook, a love
Facebook.
story for no one. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
What a
So
love
when,
Thanks.
story.
yeah,
I know. It's all about a fucking love story.
beautiful. Beautiful. It is. I love the
Yay.
expression. Okay, sweetheart. So
Oh,
what to
thank
say?
you.
Yes, I
Oh,
thank
mwah.
you. Mwah.
Love
I
you
love
guys.
you.
So amazing.
Love you. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
talk soon, and I'll be on your Tuesdays sometimes too. And
Cool.
yeah, thank you.
Always
Nice.
welcome.
Thank you guys. Mwah.
Bye bye.
Okay.